What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Drone Buzz. We got a fun show this evening for you. We're going to get started here in just and we're live. So got a fun show tonight. We're doing some different things. Now we've kind of been struggling with the logistics of it, yeah, but we'll get it figured out. So turtle time, that's a surprise. We'll get to that later. But I think even as is, Chris, I think it's going to be pretty interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So we're going to try something a little bit different today. It's going to be a more entertaining way, I think, to do our normal giveaway thing. So
yeah, and we've got, we're getting stuff from Banggood and other places, and why not give it to people watching here, right? So let's just take a look at looking at the chat, see some familiar faces. Game of Drones, Pilot Shark Hanger. We got Mike B, the Drone Ranger, P Drone, Thomas Baker, Jaden Mendeville, Alex Wilson, Mike Mackendog, Andre Balon. Cool. Yeah, some return people, some patrons. They get their own special giveaways, but we're giving away Doug, I just saw I got a Facebook message from Doug Troyer, who we can't let Doug win tonight, right? He won he's got like 2 of the last 3 giveaways, right? So
yeah, I think, didn't we say
no Doug and no Jerry, because Jerry won last time too, but I don't see Jerry in here, but he could be stocking. Renegade FPV, Lyndon RC 215, Patrick Sutton, Lon Denard. He talking dancing girls, aren't we always?
Another quick thing, just if you're watching this not live, hope it's a good show for you too as well. You'll miss the giveaway, but hopefully some good information as well.
Yeah, still got some good stuff. So let's take a look at our agenda for today, right? So we're gonna talk Skydio. A lot of people, I saw some people saying they scam. We're not getting our drones. They're not a scam. They're a legit company, and they're doing some things that are kind of different. We're gonna bust out turtle time tonight. Should we tell them what turtle time is, or should we hold back?
Well, we'll get into the details, but let's just say instead of using Siri to pick a winner, we're going to be flying, and we'll get into the details of how you win based on how well I fly tonight. So it'll be kind of fun, and I'm hoping I don't buckle under the pressure.
Yeah, we'll see. It may or may not happen.
Only one beer, Well, I'll tell you, when we get there, I'll tell you. All the whole situation.
He's got to disclose the beer count, the drone, the goggles. We'll go through all of it. We'll tell you about some things we're working on, some things we have in the works, and you know, some streams. We got some interesting guests up on the horizon. But first, you know, I think our first thing up is, you know, let's talk Skydio. You know, because you know, Chris and I were talking Skydio the other day, just chatting drones, and you know, we kind of differ on where we think they're going, right?
Right. So if you haven't flown a Skydio, I mean, Jack, why don't you say, what is your complaint? How would you describe the experience?
So yeah, so this drone is, I mean, it's epically awesome. It is great at the things that DJI drones aren't, right? Like follow me. I had this thing orbiting me while I was walking down a path with trees on both sides. And
not even a path. It was just through the woods, basically.
Yeah. And it did awesome. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
But you know, it doesn't ship with remote control, but you can buy one, right? And it turns out it's the, you know, the same remote you get from the Paradanafi. So we got that, flying with that, but it just doesn't,
it's like flying a cheap drone, right? I mean, it just doesn't behave well.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's quite, you know, it's not like a Beast Pro status, but it's just not refined. It doesn't do the easy stuff well. Like it should be a better drone as a drone. Like what, you know, like I think this would be a great tool for someone to take to, you know, a house and do videography, right? If I was an inexperienced real estate agent, I want something that I can't crash. You can't crash this thing. That's what's awesome about it.
And if you do, you know, and assuming it's within the parameters, they're going to send you a new one or fix it. Right. So yeah, so it's just, it doesn't fly like a normal drone. It's hard to do the normal cinematic moves, the orbits, manually control it. It's laggy. So just, you know, but why not, right? What, like Jack was saying, this could be the drone at $1,000 or less. This could be the drone for your real estate photography. But it's not, because it just doesn't work that well as that. It works extremely well at what DJI doesn't do so well with the normal drone stuff. So, you know, Jack kept asking, why not? Nice light, by the way.
I had to turn it on. I switched it, right? So when people weren't looking.
Yeah, I'm going orange because I've been flying this guy a lot. So I'm going orange.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Your color changing.
Yeah.
So
fancy.
You know, Jack's theory is like, when are they going to change this? Why aren't they doing this? Why aren't they updating the firmware, the software? And I said, you know what? I don't think they are. I think that they can't keep up with production with as good as it is, you know, just supplying, you know, the guy who wants to go skiing or mountain biking and have this follow him. And so, you know, they can't keep up. So why would they? You know, why would they? They're not moving their production to China, right? We know that, at least I think that. And especially now that they're winning, you know, government contracts, and I think U.S. government contracts. And so they're definitely not moving production to China. And that kind of goes to my whole conspiracy, not so really conspiracy theory, but I think that basically that drone that Jack's holding there is just a teaser for where they really want to be, which is producing. I think they're losing money on them. It's a loss leader, is to show the world that they have the best technology for obstacle avoidance and navigating tight spaces. And now that they're winning government contracts, they're going to forget the little guy like us. And my terrible scenario is I think this is probably the last consumer drone we see from them, and I don't see us getting upgrades. That's my pessimistic viewpoint. It does make some sense, right? So the government contract, those drones, they can obviously charge whatever they want. You know, they're paying 5-10 times more for drones that have some of these capabilities. But you know, I do think that, you know, they will still improve this drone, and I do think that because they need to be able to prove, you know, it's like Lon said, it's proof of concept, and it kind of is, but you know, to continue to win those bids, they do. I mean, I assume that those government drones are flyable, right?
Aren't they? So they have that software. It's just kind of a, when they have the time, they get around to it. This is like their pet project. This is them getting started.
Maybe, but I mean, when you have that money hanging in front of you, dangling in front of you, it's going to be really hard not to steer your top guys towards those much more lucrative contracts than the drones that I doubt they're making money on right now, which is the Skydio 2. So, I mean, that's my view. Maybe we'll get lucky, and that's the fourth time you told us that. I don't know what that means. Maybe we're being repetitive here, but maybe we'll get lucky. They'll split the company up or something and have maybe. But, as of right now, we can't afford to just have a Skydio. And if you want to make money with a drone, unless you're a professional, motocrosser or something, you're going to need a DJI or Autel product or something like that.
Yeah. So Lon is in the know. Lon is like the drone man. Anytime I go to a live stream, Lon seems to be there. So he knows his stuff. He's saying that the X2 is pulling around 15K and the software is $1,500 a year, right? The software alone more expensive than this drone.
Right. So, nothing like a subscription service to lock in some serious dough. And for government stuff, honestly, it's kind of a drop in the hat for them.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're paying for it.
So thanks for the good info, Lon. I mean, what was the money again? 15K and 1,500.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, if you got to divide your time up, which project is are you going to spend your time on? It's where the money is, right? Yeah.
Right.
So that makes sense. Yeah. Look at this. RC Fun noticed that Parrot AR drone on the wall.
It's getting a lot of attention. I'm going to have to steer my camera differently from now on. It's a bit of a distraction. I mean, we were ready to toss it in the garbage, but it's kind of a traditional thing, and it looks kind of cool up there. So we kept it. It's
nostalgic. We shot that. One of our early videos, we shot it out of the sky with a t-shirt cannon. Do you remember doing that?
Oh yeah, we shot it. We hit it without. Oh no, we didn't hit it up with paintballs. But yeah, we shot it with a t-shirt cannon.
Yeah,
it cracked. It kind of was buggy when we got it. I think it had been crashed a little too much already. But anyway, that's what it is up there. Should we go on? I mean, any other thoughts? I mean, I think Lon added the most insightful comment.
Lon knows his stuff.
We'll see if we get anything.
I still believe that we're going to get something, right? It just seems like it's such an easy thing to do once they have the time to do it. Right now, can they keep up with production? Who knows? But so I guess there are still people who are still waiting on these things. You're going to get them, right? They're going to fulfill those orders, but in the end, I think it just kind of does make sense. Chris knows some stuff. He's no dummy. So
hey Jack, I'm going to start to set up for the next thing. Why don't you introduce them to the concept and go through the rules? Would that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. All right. So I saw a comment on here. Somebody was super close. Let me see if I can't find it. Oh man. Toxic FPV was calling out turtle mode, right? So here's the plan, right? So we're giving away, we just released a video on the Fimi Palm 2, right? If maybe you saw it. But it's a little pocket gimbal. Chris, do you have it with you? Well, he's set up, right? So it's right there, right? And we like it. It's nice. It's really nice outdoors. But we really kind of like the pocket that we have, right? That we kind of compared the two. It was the Fimi Palm versus the pocket, and at the time we were making the video, DJI had a sale. The pocket was $199, and so is the Fimi Palm. So we thought, perfect video. We'll compare these two things, right? So we're giving away the Fimi Palm 2. You gotta be. We're shipping this thing U.S. only. So I apologize to any of our overseas viewers, but here's how this works, right? So we're gonna give the Fimi Palm 2 away to the person that is closest to guessing how long Chris can fly an FPV drone around his basement. Okay, so don't put any of your guesses in yet, right? So we're gonna take your guesses here in a second, but here are the rules for turtle time, right? So you gotta guess 20 seconds or longer. If he crashes in under 20 seconds, we're gonna restart the clock. We're gonna go again. All right. We'll start the clock when the drone is armed, right? So hopefully, if he does one flight and it crashes, we'll see it in the goggles. He's flying 1S batteries. I believe it's the Mob 6, right? The Mobile 6, Chris, that's what you're flying.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is. It is slightly modified, right? It's got a new camera canopy. It's got
350 batteries in there.
Okay, so single cell 350s. And we're going to fly until he crashes, is disabled, or has to turtle. If he has to turtle, that's when we call it, right? Hence turtle time. So, when we were doing this earlier, when we were practicing, I was able to Chris, go through go under the ping pong table, go through the bubble hockey legs. And, but as we were testing prior to the stream, right before we got going, we were losing audio. So we may or may not be able to.
Yeah. During the flight, I'm not going to be able to hear it. But so Jack will have to provide the commentary.
Yes.
I'm going to kind of start with a slow tour of the basement here and get a little more aggressive as I go. And what I'll tell you is on these batteries, I was flying these today. I wouldn't guess a time over 4 minutes.
He's not going to fly for more than 4 minutes.
I would go in the 2s or low 3s probably. But if I'm kind of buckling under the pressure, I could crash and turtle this thing at any point. As Jack said, if I crash under 20 seconds, we're just going to restart everything. So hopefully it's a little more entertaining than that. But okay. I'm probably going to go on mute now so I can fire this thing up, Jack.
All right, so Chris, go ahead. So Toxic FPV, good call on the turtle mode here. Okay, so now, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and say start your guesses. All right, so go ahead and throw your guess, your times. How long is Chris going to fly? I'm going to get my timer ready. We should have access. Well, like I said, we'll see his. We'll see him when he crashes. So go ahead and throw in your times, minutes and seconds, and we'll ship it to you. If you're in the U.S. Pilot Sharks hangar, I'm guessing that's 25 seconds. All right, so we got some guesses. Got another. I'm gonna cut off the guesses here before Chris starts flying. So Chris, give us a thumbs up when you're ready. 225 Pilot Shark hangar gonna clarify there. All right. So I don't know if Chris can hear me or not. We may have lost audio. Chris, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can. Nope. So yeah, like earlier. So we're gonna have to figure this out with StreamYard. We'll get them on the horn later, but I don't know. It was working earlier, but you can see he's flying on the jumper. That's the T18. I fly with the ReadyMaster TX16. We're pumping that FPV feed right into the stream. So this will be fun. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close. Last guess is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No more guesses. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and he's gonna get started. And when he goes, I'm gonna start my timer. Here we go. All right. So I got the timer going. He's flying through the basement. Now you may have seen our Mob Light 6 video where Chris and we did some racing around the basement. This is same place. We kind of have some obstacles set up. You'll see we've got some gymnastics rings for his kids to do at home PE. Flying under the bubble hockey. Just past the drone room. Oh, he's getting a little wonky there. Ooh, got the bike still in the air. Oh. Is he going? I'm not going to call unless.
Oh man,
he's stuck. Oh, Chris, that's a fail. I got 35 seconds. 35. 39 on the total arm, but the crash is at 35. So, that's a fail, Chris. Chris, that was
bad.
That was buckling under the pressure.
You hear me?
You didn't even get through the rings. All right, let's see.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me still? Man, this is interesting. All right, so let me go through the comments. Recovery drone 110. Akira Show 56. Akira Show's at 56. Chris is gonna come back in. Looks like Akira Show at 56. All right. I think that's our closest guess. Those are also our very little faith in Chris, and it paid off. Look at all these people just assuming he was going to fly forever in his very own basement. Oh, Gimp Man. Oh, that was right. That was after the crash. So, oh man. All right. So, Akira Show. Let's do this. Go ahead and throw your Pilot Shark clarified at 225, right? So, right? Am I right, Pilot Shark? Yeah, I saw 225 somewhere. Yeah, see, 225. When I said 25, he said 225. He shouldn't have done that. Yeah, so we got
you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I hear you. Yeah. So
All
that
right,
was a fail. I
right.
gotta admit, I cannot handle the pressure. My fingers were shaking with everybody. I don't know. The live stream threw me off.
So we'll have to do this again. I know, right? I mean, that's sad. Well, also we got to figure out the audio, so that Chris can hear us, so that I can kind of tell him what to do. But we did this. Was it
next
yesterday,
time?
Chris?
I'm just gonna do this. We're just gonna switch the cameras next time.
Yeah, that's probably smart. So we'll figure it out. So Akira Show, throw your not your whole email in the chat, but just throw the starting part of your email in the chat, so that we know what to expect from you, right? So we'll contact you via email, so we get your email, your address, and all that fun stuff. Yeah, Chris what are you going to try and redeem yourself, Chris?
I gotta do this again.
Chris is he's gonna fly some more, so we can kind of see
things acting a little crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Right, it's clearly the drone's fault here. We're
gonna get a new battery on there.
Yeah. So
to make it better, now my smoke alarm is beeping in the background.
And then you gotta find one of those 9-volt batteries. So. Oh man! So Akira Show, are you here, man? Akira Show, is Akira Show here? I mean, we wanna send you something.
Welcome to OpenTX.
Right? No, Akira Show. Oh, okay. There we go. At yada yada. All right, so Akira Show, do this, right? You're in the US, yes, I hope. Because if you're not, I mean, I guess maybe if you want to pay the shipping, we'll do that. Lon, you got the Pocket 2. You don't want the Palm 2. All right, so Akira Show, let me just show you, right? Hit us up at drones@halfchrome.com, right? So we'll contact. We'll figure it out. We'll send it to you later this week. And you can get yourself a nice little pocket. Like we said, it's very similar to the DJI Osmo Pocket. If you haven't seen the video that we made, we released it just a couple of days ago. So go ahead and check that out. Chris is all sorts of failing over there. He's trying to redeem himself, but
calm down a little bit here.
All right, so he claims that the drone is now cooperating. All right, now hit the picture frame on this next loop. I want to see a picture frame. Picture frame it. All right, now come back. Let's. All right, there you go. Fly through the studio so people can kind of see what we got going there.
I left that door open. It's throwing me off. 1 sec.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that little closet door hanging off the side. Yeah, fly through the studio there and give people a quick little tour. Now, Chris and I, we're not in the same place, although we do have similar. You can kind of see we kind of have similar backdrops. But they're definitely different. Yeah. Oh yeah. You gotta find that smoke detector, Chris. Yeah. So you can kind of give them a little tour of some of these drones we got on the wall. Look at that. You got some SEMAs, some homemade. There's that waterproof drone we made, a Tyro, Hubsons, all sorts of fun stuff. All right, now hit the rings, Chris. Hit the gymnastic rings. Oh, that's the bubble hockey table that you hit.
It is clear. Couldn't see it.
Right, that clear dome. No one saw that clear dome.
Got it. There we go.
Nice. That's solid work. All right. Oh, look who's on the stream. My son's up there laughing at us.
Who's that?
Jackson. Apparently. So, well, congrats to Akira Show. If I'm saying that right, I hope so. But yeah, good stuff. All right, Chris. Some decent moves.
Did I kill it?
We gotta get Chris learning. We gotta get Chris flying acro, right? That's the next step. Chris is decent flying angle. He is a very good photographer, right? That's his forte. But we got to get him learning the acro. He's good at video games and stuff. So eventually he'll be good. He's a quick learner. So boom. And landed. So yeah, let's talk about what we got. What else we got for the show tonight? All right, so we got turtle time done.
Trial run.
Yeah, not bad for our first go, right? So we're gonna give away that little pocket camera. So somebody's Akira Show is gonna love it. But the Evo 2 Pro 6K, some pretty slick footage Chris got the other day. Do we want to show some?
Receiver still connected.
Do I want to show some?
A little sneak, or do you think
that?
You're not prepared?
Well, I'll just I'll say a couple things about it. I mean, the 6K seem pretty legit. It is hard to edit, but one of the things we're going to put out in next week or so is how to edit the 6K. It's actually can be done painlessly thanks to a little feature they included on the Evo 2.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think that's going to be pretty good thing for people to know, right? So I've seen people talk about editing the 6K, even editing the 8K out of the other drone. You don't want that one. You want this one if you want an Evo. But editors. I mean, editing. I've edited 4K on my computer, and it can really bog down. And 6K is just. I haven't tried yet, but I imagine it's a beast. But there's a way to do it, and we'll walk you through that. So proxies or pre-edit. Proxies is it, Lon. Obviously pre-editing is going to help you too, but not everybody knows how to do this. So we'll walk them through.
Proxies and pre-edit. That's what both. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. So there's that. But yeah, it's pretty solid. Your first impressions of it. What do you really like about this drone, Chris?
Well, I mean, this thing has 13 cameras on it. If you didn't know, I mean, there's 6 sides on a box, and there's 2 cameras per side. So there you go. I mean, it's got an insane number of cameras. So I guess it's the same number of cameras as the original Skydio. I think it had 2 on each side. And so that's their approach. How good is their obstacle avoidance? We haven't tested it. We were talking, seems like a great video, right? That's the video everybody wants to see, but I will do it with your Evo 2 and your Mavic 2. I will put the obstacle avoidance to the test. But as for our drones, we're going to put the Skydio to the test, and that's about it. But I mean, we'll get some sense of it. But so far haven't really gotten there yet. I can say that how it presents, the obstacle avoidance on the screen, is better. I really like it. It gives a really good sense of where things are. So far I've been very comfortable flying it. Went out at around 6:30 in the morning on Saturday and got some just awesome video. It's hard to find good stuff to do. Kind of got to work around for the cold temperatures here. I flew from inside my car, which is the only way to do it. Actually, when it's 0 degrees out, you cannot. I mean, you take your hand out of the glove to use the app for about 30 seconds and you're kind of done. Smoke detector's killing me.
It's killing me too.
It's brutal. I mean, it literally started in the middle of the flight. I think that's actually why I couldn't fly.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah, I'm sure it was also interfering with the signal in your goggles, right?
Well, I got a little more dialed in after a minute there, but anyway, yeah, the footage I got out of it was awesome, and I actually found that while it's missing, the zoom, right? So we like the Mavic 2 zoom, but this doesn't have a smooth zoom function during flight. It
does zoom, right? It does zoom.
It does have zoom. We'll have digital zoom, so you can get up to, I forget. I think it goes 3x, and then you can still film in 1080. So we'll do that if you want to just set up a shot and record it zoomed in. But in terms of getting a dynamic shot, zooming live like you can do with the Mavic 2 Zoom, and the Mavic 2 Zoom, we've actually enjoyed using the optical, and it transitions pretty darn smoothly right into the digital smooth in 1080, digital zoom in 1080. So I was a little disappointed not to have it here, but now that I've edited the 6K, I know how to do that. I have actually enjoyed the freedom of editing the zoom in post. It's one less thing to have to control while you're flying, and it gives you more control. You can actually fine tune, your gimbal angle, so to speak, and your yaw after the fact. You can kind of adjust that in the editing process, and so it actually gives you more freedom. So I'm actually really coming on board with this guy and enjoying it quite a bit. This thing's beeping faster now. I'm gonna go take it down. I'll be right back.
All right. So Jackson, among others, is asking, what is the FPV distance on the Evo 2? And I believe it's like 5 miles. It's like 5 miles. So that's impressive. Chris was flying. He did mention how he did really like the range. You did say that it did seem to have really good range, right? I mean, you weren't flying at 5 miles. Of course, you were keeping it within line of sight at all times. Actually, I find it very rare where I need to fly further than I can see, unless I'm flying behind an object, which is doable as long as you can regain visual line of sight, right? So there, the FAA does allow for some of those like momentary out of sight flights, right? So you were saying you did really like it, right? You were flying from your car, I believe.
Car, yeah. I may or may not have flown it from my kitchen as well. Zero issues as far as I can tell. It's they're right up there with the magic of whatever DJI does to get their incredible range. So yeah, I've had no issues with that at all. It's been really nice transmission, good signal. I always know what's going on.
Yeah, it's so cold here.
It's brutal. It's brutal.
So flying from your house, from your car. Should we talk about next? What else we got on the horizon? So I've been flying this a little bit. Yeah, well, we can talk about that. I've been flying. Hold on,
you gotta show that. Do you not have that with you?
Oh, I do.
Pull that thing up. That is wild.
The ZLL Beast Pro Max. This thing look at this. So it's the Beast Pro, but it's got this like obstacle avoidance sensor.
Put that up close to the camera. I need
It's not. It's gonna
focus.
Don't focus on me.
There it is. There it goes.
Look at that. Hold on. I got a video. I'll pull it up of it in action. And if you saw, we've been doing some shorts. So let us know what you think about our shorts videos. But this camera, hold on a second. It's something. This obstacle avoidance, right? This drone is less than $200. And
so yeah, it reminds me, while you're pulling that up, I wrote an article for the Drone DJ like 2 or 3 years ago, actually, and it was about a drone that did this kind of. The camera would it had 2 obstacle avoidance cameras up top, kind of like this, and whatever direction you were gonna fly, it was supposed to steer those cameras and look in that direction. It seems like that would work, makes sense. Yours does something a little different, Jack, right? It just sits there and always pans back and forth.
yeah, look at that.
It seems like something from a sci-fi movie where it's like ready to shoot you out of the sky or something.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. And it does work. I wouldn't call it
Useful.
Well, I wouldn't call it obstacle avoidance. Someone the other day said I'd call it stop in front of obstacles, because it just stops, right? That's what it does.
And it slows the drone way down, right?
Yeah. So flying this thing with that on, it makes it you got to fly super slow, or it doesn't. It says it doesn't work. I've only flown it twice, right? So I can't. I can't give my full like this is awesome. Don't buy it. But I'm kind of leaning towards it's a great idea. Implementation, not awesome. Right?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what we would expect.
Yeah. But so this drone, it's $200. Okay. It does have a 3-axis gimbal, right? So the last bugs that not bugs. Beast. Last beast we flew was a 2-axis gimbal. So they added a 3rd axis. It's not a great camera. It's like okay. Right. It is okay. The gimbal does a decent job here. I'm going to actually do some flying of this without the obstacle avoidance on, because really it does just kind of slow it down. So
it's also slowing you down when you're flying. It looks like a little aerodynamic drag.
No, it's it's shooting lasers. I mean, how cool is that?
So Jack, you've been flying that. I've been flying this. Who got a better deal? $200, right?
Yeah, that's like 10 times expense. Is it 10 times the drone? I mean, if you want usable pictures or video, the answer is yes.
Yes, it is. It flies 100 times as far. Shoots 10 times the resolution probably.
Oh, yes.
But yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So that'll come out. I don't know if I doubt I'll be able to get a video out on this thing this week. But maybe next weekend, or next week sometime, because I gotta do some more flights with it before I can really tell you that it's awesome.
All right, the comments are good today. But we got stuff rolling out. I've got
lasers.
I've got a video coming out on a tripod. I know you guys probably don't get too excited about tripods. We get these awesome tripods from this company, iFootage. That's coming out on Tuesday. What do we have tomorrow? Something, Jack?
I think this is tomorrow.
Mine's Tuesday. Oh, your drone is tomorrow.
No. I thought this tripod was tomorrow. Oh, the other video is we've got some really awesome footage. Guess what drone it came from?
Yeah, that'll come out Wednesday-ish, maybe.
I don't think we have anything tomorrow.
Okay.
Unless this comes out tomorrow.
A short or something.
No, I don't have any shorts.
All right.
It's too cold for shorts. I was shoveling my driveway again today. I believe we've gotten more snow. This is the most snow we've had since like, what was it? 1979 or something. It's like 41, 42 years. Goodness.
Yeah, it's brutal. We've got 2 feet. I had to go out there to take pictures of this thing today with some kind of backdrop that didn't suck, which is like my house. And so I went out in the snow. And I mean, my boots are like this tall, and it's just coming over the top of them. It's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like Akira Show's comment. One of us is eating filet mignon and the other is eating ramen. I love ramen noodles, by the way. I actually do. I will make ramen. I acquired the taste of it for it in college, and it's still good.
Doug is talking about Captain Dro did a review on what? The Beast?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, everything kind of does well on Captain's channel, doesn't it?
Yeah. He's a good dude, but like everything is fantastic and happy and great.
Yeah.
And that's just not how our reviews work, right? Because everything is not fantastic and great. And I was reading a comment. Someone just bought, what was the last drone that the Ruko, the F11, the SJRC, right? Someone wrote a comment and said, "Hey, I wish I would have watched your video before I bought this thing," right? Like that drone is $400 on Amazon. It's the same drone as the SJRC. Someone was trying to tell me that in one of our comments, like, "Oh no, we don't know that it's the same drone." Yes, we do, right? Remember, we had this conversation with Sanjay, right? Sanjay is a guy. He buys drones. He flies over to China and buys drones from these companies. Yes, SJRC makes drones and sells them to other companies, and then they put their name on it, and then they send it to other.
Yeah. Give them like a 3-month lead time. They'll change the color and give it a little different. They'll make you new instructions, all the right branding, a new box, and a little paint job on the outside of the drone, and it's yours. And they'll ship you a crate full of them, and on a container. You wait a month for it to make it over the Pacific Ocean, and then you got to sell them on Amazon and make a profit, which is not easy. And that's why you often see a markup there. So
this let's talk about this tripod, because I'm not a camera nerd like Chris is, but
I don't want to bore you guys with it, but
it's cool.
I mean, this is the one cool thing. So I just switch out stuff that easily now. They give me these they call them C stars on the bottom. It's this little rotating widget. Check out the video if you want to learn more. It'll be out on Tuesday. And then you just drop it down on there and it's locked in again. The other thing that's wild about this that I've never seen before, well, there's 3 things, I guess. I just unscrew this a little bit to get my angle adjusted. And then I can just pull it off with this button. I don't have to sit there and turn forever. So
you can flip it upside down.
Yeah, if you're into macro photography or something, that's just pretty wild to me.
Yeah.
That you can do that as well. And then the last thing is, right now I've got this thing attached to 3/8" threads, these C stars, and you can actually attach them to 1/4" threads for your tripod directly as well.
Sure.
Which is another.
I'll get this thing off the screen. Maybe we can here. No, not me. I want to look at you. We want to see you.
Yeah, if you want to learn more about this thing, just check out the video, but it's not going to come super cheap for you. I've never seen this either. We got these 3/8" threads, and they slide down to reveal 1/4" threads, which is different. That's new to me. Pull back the old 3/8" threads.
Yeah, I mean, it is really nice. It is, if you like stuff like this, it's pretty fantastic, right? If you're looking for, and that's not even, we even talk about the tripod. The tripod is the carbon fiber. We have 2 for my footage. Actually, Chris,
so light.
Chris has 2 for my footage. I have 0.
Yeah.
but they're both really nice. In the carbon fiber one, it's huge. It's
Oh yeah, it has a huge wing. So now like we go out and it has the really wide leg base. So, and I got this grip right here so I can hold it down when I'm spinning the camera around following Jack flying a 5-inch FPV racer or whatever.
yeah. Yeah, we did. I think we did a video on the fluid head already. Crystal mentioned the fluid head, but this is a little bit more. It's 72 inches. Yeah, it's as tall as Chris. How tall are you?
6'2".
Yeah, so it's we compared to him, I think, in the video. Look at the beautiful carbon fiber there. A lot of people talking about the DJI FPV drone, and they're kind of sick of it.
What have we seen from it? Do we have any like real stuff yet?
I've seen it in flight. There was a dude that actually made a video. He leaked it, and then it got pulled. It's a long range flyer. It's going to be nice. It's not going to be the FPV drone that, it's not going to be. It's not going to. That's really stuck on my wall.
Yeah. Here's one.
I mean, it's not this.
It's not that.
Right. It's not going to fly like one of these. It's going to fly like a long range, but it's going to have the GPS on it. It's going to be nice. We're going to buy one. We're going to put it through the paces, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
We'll see if it can teach me how to fly.
Yeah. I've wondered, I wonder what the acro is going to be like. Because I've heard it's a little different. Like we know some people that have flown them, but yeah, I don't want to get into too much. I do want to. Can I talk a little bit about my class this week, Chris? Because
Yeah.
I'm teaching a drones class at a high school, a public high school outside of Chicago. It is the freaking coolest high school class you can take. It's called for high school credit, and on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we had a visitor, and on Friday, we had a visitor. Wednesday, Drew Camden came and talked to my students about flying FPV, and that was awesome. He's a great dude. And then on Friday, we had a guy named Ian Lapata come and talk to the students about his job is to map crash scenes and crime scenes with drones. Super interesting stuff. So, I think it would be fun to have both of those people on the show. So we'll see if we can't bring either of them on at some point. That would be fun. Really cool stuff. Both interesting guys, both interesting topics, very different. But also we have, I think on the 14th, Kelly from Ready Set Drone is going to come in, and we're going to talk drones with him. We've talked to Ken Heron. He might come on in March also. So yeah, wait, you got kids in the same room together? What are we talking about, people?
I don't know. I got this thing just showed up on my lap.
He's got a cat. That's what he's got. Let's see. Other questions. Most expensive drone? Well, gosh, there's plenty of expensive drones out there. There's, for most consumers, it's probably like an Inspire 2, and depending on what software packages you get.
I mean, we never went for the Inspire, right? We kind of skipped that.
No, it actually, okay. So here's a little talk in the Inspire. So Ian, the guy that he does the mapping of mostly crash scenes, that's kind of their big thing. And he said they used to fly Inspires. Now they fly with Mavic 2 Pros, because the 1-inch sensor, they have the lights on the bottom. He can light up a highway and fly it, and take the pictures that he needs. Yeah. So yeah. So when it comes down to it, like that, or even this Evo 2, the Evo 2 is pricey.
So we should let him fly this thing because it's got the pixels for sure. It's got the sensor. It's got the LEDs, and it's got more flight time.
Yeah, I'll talk to him, see if he's interested in that.
I would think if I'm mapping a scene, the last thing you want to do is have to land it and throw another battery in. I don't know how long the flights usually are, but
yeah.
Thank you to Me Drone. Thanks.
Yeah, go ahead and like the stream, people. Yeah, we'd love that. You know, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. You know, if you want to throw us a super chat or a sticker, it wouldn't hurt our feelings. You know, buy us a beer, buy us coffee. You know, this is certainly not our daytime job, right? We do this for fun. Sanket's asking about this upcoming Sony drone, and I think that'll be interesting because you know we're both shooting on Sony cameras right now. I've got a 6100. Chris, you have, is it a 66?
400.
64. Those are our stream cameras right now, but they, you know, we could put one of these things, you know, a DSLR on the Sony drone, the Air Peak. So we'll see. It's basically like an Inspire kind of drone.
Yeah.
You
Digital
know,
mirrorless, actually, for the camera nerds out there.
Correct. Yeah. So yeah, Chris, like I said, is the photographer. I'm just a dude that likes to crash things.
Yeah. No, maybe Sony can send us one. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
we'll let
Sony.
you know.
So
It's probably outside of our price range a little bit, but they're headed in the right direction. They're kind of deviating, getting away from DJI a little bit. They seem to be on a little bit of honeymoon for a while, didn't they? But I wonder if, you know, the Hasselblad thing and then, you know, going with that branding and, you know, things might be changing, right? They're moving to a lot of their own lenses on the Inspire series and stuff like that. We always had those leaked, the leaked Phantom that never came out. They seem to be custom DJI lenses. So, you know, maybe Sony's going to really make a push for it. Obviously, they're not going to shoot for the $1,000 market. They're going to go for, you know, something that can carry one of their cameras, which makes a lot of sense. You can do a lot of professional stuff with a Sony mirrorless camera.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, just a quick plug. We like to talk about what you guys like to talk about. So if there's a topic you want to hear, you have questions, you want to know how to do something, shoot us a question or comment at drones@halfchrome.com. And we'll be happy to hit you up. Akira Show, if you haven't already done that, make sure you hit us up with an email with your address and whatnot, so we can ship that Fimi Palm 2 out your way. And it's coming from us. It's not coming from China because nothing is happening in China right now. It's still on the Year of the Ox Chinese New Year holiday. It's actually kind of nice because you know, we get like lots of emails and they all come while we're sleeping. I usually answer them when I wake up in the morning about 5 a.m. But I haven't had to do that lately. So I guess that silence is ending soon. Yeah. But yeah, we'd like to hear from you. So shoot us a question if you happen to have one. And we've plugged it already, but the Patreon, we have a Patreon. You know, if you're not familiar with it, it's a way to help support this channel. And you know, you donate what you want on a monthly basis, $1, $2, $3, and we give a drone away to our Patreon subscribers at least once a month, right? We already did one this month. Last month we gave away 2 drones to Patreon subscribers. Or was that Jerry win this month?
I think he might have. He wins everything. So yeah, we're skipping him this round. Patrick, I'd steer you away from the 8K, man. Go for the 6K.
Yeah.
Save your money. That's the same sensor, as I understand it. Maybe Lon can clarify for sure. Same sensor as the Mavic Air. And that 8K sensor is not 8K. It is not equivalent to a 20K sensor. Yeah. I'm sorry, a 20 megapixel sensor.
No,
the 48 megapixels don't hold up. So I'd stay away from it.
Yeah. So the Evo 2 8K is the quad bear sensor. So it's a 12 megapixel camera. 12 times 4 is 48, right? So they do some cool things, right? You can get some nice footage out of it, right?
HDR is really good.
HDR is slick, right? For sure. But you know, I would go with the the Mavic Air 2, which is like half the price. So yeah, 1650 for the 8K. Nope. Go, you know, spend half of that, go buy the Mavic Air 2. You know, yeah, 1650. I just don't see it, man. For another
I'd
what?
go for the Air 2 all day on that one.
Yeah, you either want the 6K from Autel, or you don't.
Yeah.
You don't want to go with an Autel drone. I think it's just really kind of that
Yeah.
simple. So yeah, so that's what we got. We kind of mentioned, you know, we do have some more live streams coming your way. I think our next one's gonna be March 7th. We've kind of been bouncing around. I think Sunday nights is going to be the night for us, right? We're kind of settling into this Sunday night, which was, I think, our original night for live streams. Then we bounced around Thursdays, Tuesdays, with schedules changing, and shoot, my work schedule changes on a daily basis, and I teach at a school, for goodness sakes. You think that would be consistent, but it's not.
So we're gonna settle on Sunday now, huh?
Yeah, I generally speaking, I don't work on Sundays. You don't work on Sundays. I think we can make this happen.
So next time, what's my mark? 1:39. That was my flight time.
No, your original flight was 35 seconds.
I think it was. Oh, geez.
Yes, you didn't even make it a minute.
All right.
If you're going to continue to fail like this, I'll have to fly around my basement. My basement is unfinished, so it's ugly. But, you know, I mean, for goodness sakes.
Well, you know, look, my hands were shaky. I don't know. I'll get
All
it.
right, you know what? We'll give it to you. First time
pressure.
jitters, turtle time. We're going to try and do, well, I mean, until we get rid of, we got stuff, right? Banggood's going to continue to send us stuff. We got really cool drones. Maybe we'll give away an obstacle. I think this is a Patreon gift.
Sure.
Yeah, let's give this.
But yeah, Patreon. So I made it 35 seconds. So, you know, go ahead and bet 35 next time. That's the statistically best bet, and I'm going to try to prove you wrong if you pick that number.
I think, okay, so it's got to be longer than 20 seconds. So I would be like the $1 guy. 21 every time. Price is right.
21. Lon says the Evo 2 platform is unpolished.
I think maybe what I have heard, it you know, maybe, but
I mean, I think the one thing about Autel is they handle their releases very different than DJI. DJI tries to keep everything a secret, and then they ship them the day they announce them, right? Autel will announce something a year before it's available, and then when it shows up on your door, if you're the first guy that gets it, it's probably going to be another 9 months before several rounds of firmware update and you actually have a drone you're happy with. So if someone had an experience when it first launched, it may be a very different experience today. So far, there's definitely things I would improve on it software wise, but I wouldn't go so far as to say unpolished. In my opinion, it could definitely be more polished, but it's good. You know, so far I've been impressed. I don't mind editing the 6K even. So
yeah. Speaking of polished and unpolished, our new logo is almost,
it's getting shiny.
Polished.
Yeah.
We're getting there. You know, you may have seen some of the new logos and branding. We'll get some new hats and shirts and stuff in the near future. So let us know what you think about that stuff too. So,
all right, should we wrap it up?
Yeah, we're coming up on an hour. I think it is time to go. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Akira Show. Don't forget to send us that email if you haven't already. Lon, Patrick, me, Drone. Thanks for checking in, Doug. We got some of our Patreons in here. That's what we like to see. Andre Balon, the only one. Are you the only Filipino here? Are you in the Philippines? That's impressive.
So it is, let's see, 14 hours to the Philippines.
Pilot Shark's Hangar, awesome. He's here every week. That's Bob, I think, right? Bob, first name Bob.
Is it?
I think. I don't know. Pretty sure.
I don't know. You got me. It's 3 in the afternoon or something in Philippines. What time is it there?
I don't know. Bet you they don't have as much snow as we do.
Yeah, they do not have snow.
Did you shovel? Did you shovel before you came down here, Chris?
No.
Oh, you're gonna have to do it.
I left an inch of snow in my driveway. It doesn't even faze me anymore.
Oh, it's brutal.
All right, guys.
All right, there we go. Mike Mac and Dog, also in the Philippines. Love the international flavor we got here. Good
I work
stuff.
with a bunch of folks in the Philippines, actually, so pretty cool people. 11 a.m.
11 a.m. Good stuff. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. Check us out every other Sunday night, 6 p.m. We'll see you next time. Make sure you give us that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a good one, everyone.
See you guys.